Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be here. My name is Aashish Bansal. I work for Loadme Solutions based out of New York. We are a data management platform, very focused on the sell side of the industry. However, I have good experience on both sides. So my job today is to walk you through what is first-party data, how do we do what we do, how does it benefit both sides of the industry, and what's next for our roadmap and first-party data. So what is first-party data? I'm assuming everyone in this room has some idea of what first-party data is. To an advertiser, it may mean brand site interactions, campaign metrics, CRM purchase level data. To a publisher, it means site-side interactions. What are people doing on my pages? How are they interacting with my campaigns that I'm running? Subscription level information, registration, any kind of email info they may be sending out. I prefer to look at it a little more holistically. I believe that first-party data is any measurable or collectible point in which your customer has touched or interacted with your brand, content, or business, both online and offline. So that's a whole lot of things, right? Well, where are we going to collect this data and why is it important? This quote is from a great book called Big Data. Now, I don't necessarily love the term big data. As a DMP, we view data as little individual bits that comprise a much larger story or picture. But these guys wrote this book, Big Data, and data is becoming a significant corporate asset. A vital economic input and the foundation of new business models is the oil of the information economy. So this is really just to illustrate that even folks outside of ad tech or advertising are understanding the sheer volume and importance of the data that's out there. Why is it so important? Well, data growth is constant. There are 2.7 zettabytes of data in the universe. That's 27 with 20 zeros after it. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. We're generating data right now. Anybody on your phone, you're generating data. Your journey here, you generated 100 data points. Whether you indicated that you were a business traveler, that you are preferential to an airline, you hopped on the metro, you purchased a Coke on your way here. These are all individual data points that you need to be collecting and analyzing. The definition of first party has evolved. So when I got into the industry, it was simply conversions, clicks, impressions. Well, that's great, and that's how we're all kind of measuring importance and performance, but I think it's evolved to all of those offline and online aspects that you can collect. So being able to collect whether a user has clicked on 100 pieces of content or purchased, or where have they purchased, have they browsed online and actually converted in store, these are all very different data points, and I think we've shifted that definition a little bit. Data has transformed the way that media is bought and sold. You all know that. So traditional media is packaged up. Contextually, let's buy the sports section or let's buy sports. Well, now we're buying sports people. We know that they're actually into sports. We're buying individual users, and that's extremely important. I think that's very innovative, and Loadme stands in the middle of a lot of that, being able to collect, organize, and activate that information in an easy-to-understand fashion, being able to activate that anywhere as well. So I also believe that data has become the new currency. We're talking about programmatic. We're talking about pumping data into a platform that's giving us back automated information, allowing us to efficiently purchase media, audiences, people, efficiently selling those people as well. I also believe this is kind of a bold statement. So strong first-party data equals increased revenue. We've seen it across the board. Publishers, helps them sell smarter. We arm sales teams with audience profile reports that tell you exactly who has interacted with your campaign, telling you things that you may not have known. So telling you that 90% of your audience is actually interested in home and family or sports, and they're actually interacting with your beauty content. So really arming sales to be smarter to sell that information. Increased campaign revenue. Isn't that what we're all here to understand how to get to that point? Publishers are increasing their campaign revenue. Maybe they're selling less impressions. Maybe they're selling at a higher rate, but the performance is so much greater, simply based on the addition of first-party data on top of that. Increasing sell-through. So being able to monetize on inventory that wasn't being sold before, simply by layering that data on top. Secure non-endemic opportunities. And by this I mean opportunities in which you may not have thought to advertise on. So I'll use the beauty section of a typical publisher, right? Fashion and beauty. Well, through first-party data collection and analysis, we may know that 95% of the audience is actually interested in sports. So let's go to the NHL and say, hey, advertise on the beauty and health section. So I think that's really interesting. One of our big clients was a very strong medical vertical. And they thought, okay, I can only sell to Procter & Gamble, I can only sell to Johnson & Johnson. Well, after deploying our solution, they were able to see that everybody's actually interested in buying cars. So let's go to Ford, Chevy, and really kind of seal up that deal. On the buy side, you're buying smarter. You actually know who you're buying now. It's not the spray and pray as mentioned before. It's actually knowing who to buy. Seeing how they've interacted with your campaigns in the past, using that to optimize around a KPI, whether that's a conversion rate, a click-through rate, potentially around the price of data as well. Also delivering highly personalized content, so increasing stickiness, increasing the actual interaction rates and times with your content. How are we doing this? So there's a few different ways that we achieve what we do. Across desktop, right now, a lot of it's based on first and third-party cookies, typically a piece of JavaScript on a publisher, advertiser, brand page. We write custom rules, and we actually organize that data for you. So being able to do that across multiple channels, well, across mobile, cross devices is kind of the biggest thing that's come out in the last 6 to 12 months. Implementing SDKs across your mobile inventory to be able to tie those users together across mobile and desktop and tell a really compelling story. Offline, so we've been hearing a lot about this today. Bringing your offline data online, whether that's CRM, subscription, or legacy data that you may be holding on to. So, using an onboarding partner, I heard earlier that it took someone 4 years to bring their offline data online. Well, now it takes a matter of maybe 4 weeks. So we can now match your offline users based on the PII, or personally identifiable information, names, addresses, email addresses, to a cookie. So you can bring those offline users online. This is to illustrate the sheer amount of data sources that we're collecting on currently. So, desktop, mobile web, mobile app, campaign level data through pixelations or ad log ingestion, CRM level data, email, set-top box, social data, and then organization. So your data needs to be organized, in my opinion, in 2 ways. A standard homogenized view that can be easily bought and sold in common terms. So having that holistic view that anyone can understand is extremely beneficial. But you should also have the ability to have a custom view, something that makes sense to you, your business, and your use case. So having that flexibility to organize data in a file structure that is easy for you to view, create audiences, sell, or buy against is extremely important when talking about first-party data. Where are we activating this data? So when I first started at Lotame, my thought was, great, send it to the ad server, right? Target people through the ad server. Boy, was I wrong. Ad servers are just one component of it. Selling programmatically to an SSP, to like a PubMatic or a Rubicon. Buying programmatically through your DSP, private marketplace. A big focus of my recent career has been programmatic direct. So kind of removing some of the human interaction to bring a more automated fashion to premium buying. So you can also see we're sending information to CMS or content management platforms. So sending actual targeted content, not advertising, content. If I go to the Huffington Post and get only sports content, well, I'm going to come back every day. Email campaigns, display, search, video, the activation channels are absolutely endless. And that's what DMPs are here for, is being your central hub for activation and collection and organization. So being able to connect and activate anywhere. What's next? So I spent a lot of time thinking about this. Where is the next wave of innovation? Cross-device and mobile. My belief is that if you don't have a cross-device and mobile solution in 2015, you're losing on a big portion of revenue. Flat out. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's on your mobile phones. You need to be hitting users where you can when they're interacting with your brand. Point of sale information. So bringing on that offline data online, tying it together with in-store purchases to your online converters. I think that's extremely important. Programmatic, that's what we're here to talk about. Programmatic direct, private marketplace deals, RTB, being able to layer on your first-party data reduces reliance on the commoditized third-party data that's out there and gives you a really strong, compelling story. And connected TV. So this is something that was a big push at the Programmatic I/O conference about 2 months ago in New York. Everyone's talking about it. Now we're moving from this cable provider model to online subscription, Netflix, Amazon Prime, what have you. Well, we're going to need a way to target those users once they no longer become cable customers. So connected TV, set-top boxes, I believe that's the next wave in 2015, 2016. So we'll see where it goes. Thank you.